Bradley, still get fired up about a home opener at this stage of your career?
Yeah, of course. What are you trying to say? I'm old.
No, you're a veteran.
Nah, I definitely do. I love playing, home openers. It's good. I hope the fans come out in numbers, and it's just a game you can't really, don't want to put pressure on us, but you tend to start well and have a lot of energy. So I look forward to it.
Tell us about the new system. Are you guys still learning about each other and the system?
Yeah, we're obviously still learning this. We're only 2 games in. You can do so much in pre-season. You can do so much in pre-season, but we're still learning. But I think we've got it down to where we can get through games. We also have the other formation that we're used to fall back on if anything does go wrong. But as far as it's not too difficult, it's just making it become second nature.
Brad, can you talk a little bit about coming off a disappointment in Vancouver and sort of using that heading into Atlanta?
Yeah, obviously Vancouver was a tough one to take. We wanted to go far in that competition. We just didn't. We just didn't have the legs to quite make it through. And I think, obviously it hurt, but what helped was on the road together. We had time to talk about it. We had a lot of meetings, and we just used that frustration and brought it into the Atlanta game. We knew that one was going to be tough. Knowing what they were offering, 55,000 fans, new franchise, it was going to be tough. So we had to use that. I didn't want to feel that again. I didn't want to feel that hurt like we had in Vancouver. So I think it definitely helped.
And what are you looking forward to in the home opener?
It's hard to say what I'm looking for. First of all, I want to see fans out there in numbers. That's always good to come out. When you warm up and you see the fans there in numbers, that's always a good sign. But I just want a good performance. I really do. I think it's a game we obviously want to win. We're very good at home, and I want the boys to start like we want to win the game and excite the fans.
How about the weather conditions? Does that play a factor for you?
It's horrible, but we're used to it. Like you said, I'm a veteran now, so I've had a lot of games in that kind of weather. So it's horrible. I'd choose a different temperature, but it is what it is. Once you get out there, you don't really feel the cold.
Bradley, as a striker, obviously you've got to face a bunch of keepers different weeks.
Yeah.
But if Tim Howard is in goal, I mean, he's a legend in the United States. Not just, he played for Man United and Everton, of course, but being in this league and for the national team, what do you have to do to prepare for a guy like Tim Howard?
Nothing really. I think he's obviously an amazing keeper. He's done well for himself, but the goals don't move. I think top class keepers get beat all over the world, and if you just focus on hitting the target, you got a good chance of scoring. Obviously he saves more than he lets in, and that's why we know him as the guy he is. But it doesn't really change. I focus more on the defenders. I think they will give you more of a problem than a goalkeeper would.
And of course, the legend we have here in Luis Robles. It's amazing.
Yeah.
He's got that Ironman record ready to go.
Yeah.
He's going to probably tie it or break it on Saturday.
Yeah, I was going to say I didn't want to disrespect anyone, but Luis Robles and even Ryan Mira, if you see them in training, they're so tough to beat. So I think once you train all week with those guys, you're prepared for anything. Honestly, it's so hard to score against them.
Do you look at this game as getting off to a good start at home, building something at home?
Yeah, we have to. I think I don't really like to talk about last season, but last season our start was embarrassing, and I would hate for something like that to happen again. So definitely need a good start, definitely.
Brad, you've given up the first goal every game you've played this year. What's the key in terms of getting the first goal, especially when Colorado they don't concede too often?
Yeah, it's and that also applied for Vancouver. Teams like those, they kind of sit in. They have 2 blocks of 4, and it's hard to break down. So when they do score the first goal, it's very tough to get a sniff at a goal for us. So I think that's a good point. We got to keep that in mind and try and just stay in the game, keep a clean sheet. Because I think with the players we got, we're always, create chances or always going to maybe get a goal. So it's definitely a point we got to stay in the game and make sure we get the first goal.
Thank you.
Thanks.